Another important thing that Britton, following Bion, talks about is that when there's a failure in the initial communication of containment between the baby and the mother, the baby receives a notion about a world that did not want to know it and did not want to be known. So it has a difficulty in what Britton calls knowing and communicating. That is, it is difficult for it to know its internal world and also to inform others of what happens inside it. It is very parallel to what we talked about earlier on the subject of projective identification and the meanings the mother gives to the initial sensations of the child. If the baby feels there's no place to enter, that the mother is blocked, she does not give the crisis a place inside her, it begins to feel, as I have said, that the mother and the world are hostile. They do not want to be known, and they don't want to know it. It is as if there was no space available with volume, with depth into which the baby could enter. And because it cannot enter the mother, receive containment there, and receive more bearable feedback, it also cannot know what is happening within it. It cannot communicate neither with itself nor between itself and the mother, the external world. Britton writes, Bion has suggested that a maternal object who failed to introject is a mother who failed to absorb the infant's projections, was perceived by the child as hostile to any attempt at projective identification or any attempt by the child to know the nature of its mother. The child had an idea, therefore, of a world that did not want to know it and did not want to be known. Here, Britton goes on and deals with the relationship between violence and opacity. If the patient, client, child, or someone else feels that they cannot get through, that they are making no impact or impression on the person whom they are addressing, then an intensification may occur in their efforts to project and enforce feelings within the professional recipient. Again, when a child or patient experiences that no matter what he does, no matter what crisis he expresses, the parent or professional therapist remains blocked, then he might begin to strengthen his efforts to enter inside his caretaker, to cross the blocked wall, and if the caretaker is not willing to receive what he's trying to express, he might become violent, trying to force his way in. There are actually two extreme options in the face of a world that is indifferent and hostile. One is to be more and more violent, represented by the contained explodes container model, and the other is to be more and more depressed and passive, represented by the container suffocates contained model.